All right, I'm back with another one. Dual swing steering setup, Bronco II. That's my next project. I've kind of already gotten started. I've got this pitman arm that I've already made up using the stock splines. Just cut it and then made this out of plate and drawn it up and already gotten it on here. Got this pocket cut out of here into the frame. I'm gonna end up making the swinger mount up in here, so I needed that for some clearance. Another swinger is gonna be here kind of in space, so still have a lot of that stuff to do, but pretty similar to the XJ. It's still TTBs, a little narrower track width, but still pretty much the same things. Difference is this gearbox, it's a Ford gearbox, and so the pitman arms come forward on these versus like on that XJ build, it went in reverse. So gonna end up actually laying the drag links and tie rods out a little differently on this because of that, but should still work out the same. I've cycled it already, and I already have some of the swingers over there tacked up. They needed the side plates put on there yet, but currently figured I'd get an update kind of on this and where I'm at. Need to work on getting some Delrin bushings made now on the lathe that are going to go into those swingers over there, and that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm going to get set up, gonna turn some bushings on the lathe, and be able to start designing some plates for the swinger brackets after that. So get a little bit look of it. This Bronco II came to me. It's already all this stuff on here I didn't do. This is the customer that I have here. He's done all this work so far, so only thing I'm doing is doing the steering setup on it, the dual swing steer. So I think should be a pretty sweet little rowdy Bronco II when it's all done. It's got a linked rear, king coilovers on all four corners, bump stops, TTBs up front. If I remember right, it's I don't even remember. I'm not even gonna say what the motor is because I don't really remember. So I'll get some details maybe later on it when I get towards finishing the thing and get another dual swing steering setup in here. So that's kind of what I'm working on, and yeah, I guess I gotta get busy. Gonna start. Well, I've gotten a good amount of stuff set up now. I didn't film a lot of stuff. Once again, camera batteries kind of died, and I didn't really stay on top of it. Kind of just got some work done, but kind of getting back up to date now and kind of where I'm at. I've kind of got, let's see, swingers set up in here. I've got that pocketed kind of little plate that I made. I burned out and put some lines in it, bent it up. That's just sitting in there with some clamps and magnets right now. You can kind of get an idea of how that's going to sit in there now. I got to do some fine grinding, some tuning, get in there and grind up, get that to fit in there a little tighter, close up some gaps a little bit, but you'll see I'll end up welding all of that all in there. There's going to be another overlay plate on each side of these, as well as a cover plate up in here. And then there's going to be gussets on the sides of these swingers yet. But you can kind of see the layout I've got going on. The biggest worry, so the reason why I did this and kind of where I'm at is I don't have any bracket holding this swinger on. This swinger is just kind of set up, and all this stuff is very loose. It's in here, but very loose. I'm kind of playing and fiddling things around. It's not at a point all these drag links and tie rods are just, the bungs are just put in here. All of these are cut a little oversized. That's just kind of the way I like to do it. I like to get all this stuff mocked up, kind of close, be able to visualize it, see if I'm going to have any big problems. The way that this pitman arm is coming off the front, I knew I was a little worried about running a straight drag link with this pitman arm and clearance issues, and you can see it is close. It's going to be in there close, and same with this swinger. When I actually start turning this thing left and right, I mean, it is very close back in here already. So I have a little bit of room to move things around and play yet, but I'm not really at the point where I can fully cycle the thing yet. So this is pretty much in position, and what I'm working on now is going to be getting a piece of plate tack welded back in here with a bolt to actually somewhat hold this swinger in position, and then come through and tack weld. Now that I've gotten these swingers kind of where I wanted them, come through and tack weld all of these tie rods and drag links, and then I can actually start turning the wheel and having this all be responsive. Right now everything's so loose and there's so much slop and nothing's welded. If you turn the wheel, it just pushes stuff over. So things are sitting here just very lightly, and that's kind of just how I do it. So I just kind of work my way through. So that's kind of why I've got this swinger kind of in there right now. I don't have it fully welded in there. I just have it, yeah, clamped in there. But that's pretty much in position, and I'm basing everything kind of off of that. So now working over, you know, this pitman arm right now, the wheel is right in the center. So then I have the brakes and the hubs, the spindles all lined up straight. So everything's starting out straight. Once I get everything tacked up, I can start steering the thing left and right and seeing what these clearances look like as all this stuff starts moving, and if I'm gonna have any issues. You know, there's possibilities. I've already looked into, I just kind of got to see where it gets me, but I may end up having to run a bent drag link on this one right here. If this is a clearance issue, I could put a bend either up here, here, or here in the middle. So those are options. Or I can look at changing up my design on this pitman arm and possibly moving this up and possibly just messing with the offset and mounting on the swingers, depending on what that looks like once I get it turned. So anyways, that's kind of a lot, but at least now you kind of get a visual of what I'm going to be setting up on here, and I kind of wanted to at least film some of that, kind of an update, so that way I'll kind of get probably a lot of montage videos again of kind of doing that, setting a bracket, tacking it in there so those can kind of swing, starting to do that, start messing with steering it, and kind of, yeah, see where I get from there. So that's the Bronco II dual swing setup steering, kind of an update on it, kind of where we're at. Very loose right now. We'll run a loose program here, so yeah, get back at it.